Well, as you can see, I have made my new arrows. This is going to be my build for Total Archery Challenge and my hunting arrow this season. I've got the Victory V-Forces complemented by these bohning alpha vanes and the bohning blazer nocks in the ruby color. And they look really good with this new setup. Kind of switched up my color scheme to match this full redline setup. Thanks again to Redline Bow Hunting for outfitting both of our bows this season. It's kind of awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and take you guys inside and show you the making and go a little more in depth on my setup and why I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and go inside and get to making these arrows. Well, it is that time of year again where we are anxiously preparing for Total Archery Challenge and making changes to our setups in anticipation for the season and everything else. So what I've got here today is putting together my arrows for the year and what I'm going to be shooting at TAC. I have saved you the boredom of watching me scrape all these off and get them ready for this, so you don't have to see that. We can get straight into actually building the arrow and what I'm going with this year. So I've got my normal Victory V-Forces 350 spine elites. I just like those arrows. They shoot good, they're durable, so I'm not yet ready to change arrow shafts. I am changing it up a little bit though. I've got some my bow scheme has kind of changed to black, white, and red, if you will, with the new attachments from Redline Bow Hunting that they have set us up with this year. So I've got a little bit different setup. I've gone with the bohning blazer nocks in the ruby color. It's like the transparent red, so it's not the super bright red, kind of the darker red. And then gone with Bohning's new alpha vanes. These are pretty popular, seems like. A lot of people are shooting them. A lot of people kind of moving over to them, so I'm going to give them a try. I've been shooting AAEs for the past 2 seasons, I guess, and I don't really have a complaint. I'm just changing it up a little bit, trying something different, seeing if maybe there's something better out there that I might really enjoy. So just kind of get into the making of the arrows here. Now, one really good thing that I like about Victory is they have their spine line there on their arrows that you can kind of use when you're putting your arrow together, so that you're always kind of setting it up exactly. You're setting all your arrows up exactly the same, or as close to it as possible. So we're gonna go here with the alpha vanes, and I already put a knock on that arrow. Bitzenberger back. You guys have seen it a lot on this channel so far. It's what me and Isaac both use to fletch all of our arrows. I tried an easy fletcher once and I didn't really like it too much. There's a lot of people that can make them work, and I may just have not been patient enough to make it work. But anyways, got the Blazer Bond glue for these, and we're gonna go ahead and put one together here and see what that looks like. Alright, so we got the Blazer Bond with the little precision applicator, and we are going to go ahead and start putting together some arrows. Directions on the Blazer Bond glue is a 20-second hold, so we're just going to get that lined up there, press her down, for 20 seconds. 20-second hold. Looks good. And there's the click. On to the next. I have already, this bits was already set up for my arrows because I think I did mine last between me and Isaac, so the bits was already kind of set up for me. I didn't have to change any of the adjustments on there. We've showed how to do that multiple times. So one thing I'm really noticing big difference between this and my AAEs here. This is a much more, it's a lot stiffer, more of a, I almost want to say like a plastic feel. It's not plastic, but like, here's one of my old ones. A lot more pliable there, whereas these ones are a lot stiffer. So a little bit different there, almost more of a tack vein feel to it if you've ever shot tack veins. There we go. There's number one. Grab a Q-tip here and clean up some of the excess. There we go. So there is the bohning alphas with the ruby colored nocks on there. I don't see the ruby nocks very often. You see the red ones a lot, but you don't see these translucent red, dark red. I'm really liking the way that looks. And with my Spinaline, putting that knock in there with that, it actually is perfect. Has one of my veins going what would be towards me when I knock it in the bow, which is exactly where I like to have. That's kind of like my thought process is when I put the arrow into my rest and then go to click it on, I like that one feather coming back out at me so that I know that my arrow is kind of in the same spot every time. We're going to let that start drying over here and get to work on the rest of them. I'll try to get you guys some more close-up views of what we're doing here. And I'm just going to get to work now. I've got 11 more to go. So let's get them taken care of. This is one of those things that's like, yes, it's kind of time consuming. Yes, we could just order these built the way we want or take them to our archery shop and they would build them exactly how we want. Probably faster, or definitely faster, possibly better. I mean, like I said, we're not professionals at this, but there is a little bit of satisfaction that you gain out of building a full set of arrows and then just kind of like looking at them and being like, yeah, I did that. Oh, crap. And then you do stupid stuff like this where I just put glue on this vein and didn't have the arrow ready. Oh, lordy. This is how bad things happen. Okay. Gotta. It's fine. It's really not. I'm panicking. This is how bad stuff happens. Take our time. As much as we can, anyways. That was nearly a catastrophe. But I think we're okay. I'm gonna pull this one out of the vise and check it to make sure we're. Looks like we've got good adhesion. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, whoo! That is how I see. That's the stupid stuff that I do sometimes. There we go. There's my dozen arrows built and ready to go. Got the V-Force from Victory, 350 spine, bohning alpha veins, bohning blazer nocks in the ruby color, just the regular normal insert, and I'll shoot 100 grain bullet point field tip of some kind on there. Super simple, but looks pretty good. Should match my new color scheme pretty well. So I'll go ahead and throw this back to the Dylan that you saw at the beginning of this video that is outside in the daylight tomorrow, after these have dried and set and cured fully, and we'll send a couple of shots with them and outro this video. Alright, so you got the arrows built. We are ready to start doing some shooting. I am going to basically just make sure that this thing is dialed with this arrow at 20 yards, and then after that, off camera, I'll start messing around with sight tapes and stuff. But right now, I just want to make sure this thing's sighted in at 20, and then I'll mess with everything else at a later time. But get these arrows and see how they shoot, and do some shooting here. Here we go. Felt a little left, but and see if I have to think about moving stuff around. That's pretty good. All right. Well, I would call that good on my elevation at 20 here, so I'll do some after hours work after the camera shuts off on getting my sight tape correct. I think Daniel's going to sight in his as well, get his ready to go with his tack arrow setup. So that's going to be my arrows this season for tack and probably hunting as well. I don't think I'll change, but I think they look pretty good and they turned out really well, so I'm excited to shoot these this year. Should be good. Got those Victory V-Force with the bohning alpha and the bohning blazer nocks ready to go. Thanks for watching this one. We'll catch you in the next one.